This is picanha, the queen of all meats. Now I am obsessed with this cut, and at least for me there's nothing better. I have cooked it several different ways, except one. Now if this works with picanha, we'll be able to use this technique for many other meats. And here's how it's done. The first thing we need is a beautiful picanha. If you aren't familiar with picanha, let me explain. Think the flavor of a ribeye and the tenderness of a filet mignon. Now usually I would cut this as steaks, but not today. The first thing to do is to get it seasoned properly. Usually I like to season it with only salt, but today I'm trying to develop a crust, so I won't be using only salt, but also coarse pepper, a generous amount. I made sure to cover the whole thing because now we need this, butcher's twine. So you first want the butcher's twine underneath the picanha. Then set your oven rack right on top and make a knot. Repeat the process until you have something like this, a hanging picanha. Now you're probably thinking, why would you do this? Let me explain. The first thing you need is some potatoes. This will become magical, as all you gotta do is season it with salt, a few branches of rosemary, and a tiny bit of olive oil for flavor. As now you wanna set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Slowly add the rack with the picanha. Then you want to put the potatoes right underneath it. And here's what's going to happen. The fat drippings will flavor the potatoes, making them delicious. As now I just close up the lid and let the whole thing cook. As that was happening, it was perfect because it allowed me time to go ahead and make this, a wonderful side dish. And if you love French fries and beef, you're gonna love this. However, these are not French fries. They are yuca. It has a different texture and flavor, but for someone that never had it, could be similar. And here's how to make it. First, to make our beefy dipping sauce. Into a bowl, you want to throw in some meat chunks, preferably something nice and tender. Filet mignon would be best, but if you don't have it, you can literally use anything you like. Then you want to add some soy sauce, followed by black pepper, cumin, MSG, and salt. Mix it up real good and combine these ingredients together. As here what we need next: parsley, tomatoes, onions, and vinegar. To keep the beef nice and tender, you want to cook this real fast. For that, a wok will do a great job. First, you want to throw in some oil. Then immediately throw the meat in there. Make sure it's nice and hot so that you can cook it super fast. And of course, don't forget the wok hay. A tiny bit of smokiness on the beef is gonna make it taste 10 times better. As once you got a nice color on the beef, you wanna throw in the onions and tomatoes. Go ahead and toss it up a little bit more. Then you go ahead and throw in the vinegar, toss everything together, and to finish it up, some parsley. Now toss it a little bit more, and your dipping sauce is done. It's that simple, friends. Now you can definitely use French fries for this. However, if you are able to find frozen yuca on your supermarket, give that a go, because all you have to do is to fry them. And the idea here is to get a nice color on them, because once you have done so, the only thing left to do is to plate it. And that is today's side dish. Absolutely delicious. And hopefully it's gonna go really well with our picanha. Talking about that, check it out. The potatoes look great and so does the picanha. So you wanna go ahead and immediately remove it. Set the picanha down, cut the strings, nice and easy cleanup. As now, take a look. We got a nice wonderful crust here, and the potatoes look incredible. But the big question is, how is the picanha inside? So I went ahead and started to slice it. And when I did, oh wow, nicely medium rare, juicy perfection. This is going to be phenomenal. I mean, take a look at it. Oh yes, I cannot wait to taste it. But first, we want to have a true comparison, as this is going to be a feast. So I went ahead and prepared some other picanhas also by cooking at Sous Vide. So after seasoning them, I quickly vacuum sealed it and threw it in the water bath at 135 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours. Then I took them out, pat them dry really good, and I know exactly what you're thinking. They don't look that good right now, but watch this.
All right, everybody, and here we got our beautiful steaks with a nice side dish. What do you guys think, gentlemen?
What we got in front of us here looks really good.
So hear me out. Shout out to all the Brazilians out there. I apologize, okay? Because this is not normally what we do with picanha, but I thought this technique was quite interesting, and I hope that it works very, very well. I can tell you, just by the looks, it works phenomenal, everybody, because look at this picanha. It almost looks like it was smoked on a smoker, you know what I mean?
You're telling me you didn't smoke that?
No, not at all. It was in the oven.
Whoa, what kind of oven you got, bro?
And most importantly, all the fat that rendered from the picanha went down to the potato.
Oh,
Now here we have something traditional that we have normally. I want to know if it stacks up with this one or not. So I say now, enough talking, let's eat.
Absolutely.
Again, they're both the same. I just made extra food today because we're all hungry, yeah? Smell good?
Smells good, and the cut was buttery smooth.
Yeah, check out this crust. Now this is what happens when you put a nice coarse pepper, everybody. You get a nice beautiful crust like this. So if you want a pronounced crust, use a little bit more coarse pepper. You guys ready?
Yes. Please.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh man, that just brings life back into your body, everybody. That's what you need in life, picanha.
That's interesting that the only difference is just more pepper on the crust, but this sous vide crust tastes completely different than any other sous vide crust we've had. Like, it has a nice pepper flavor that pairs super well with the beef. And of course, you have this sous vide steak. You gotta talk about how tender it is.
Yeah.
This is really good.
I love this channel. The steaks are always so good.
I don't know about this one though, because this was done in the oven.
But if this one's not good, we can always go back to that one.
So I'm guessing this is okay. It's okay?
More than okay.
Very good. So that is what we're used to, everybody. It is phenomenal. I highly recommend. But before we jump to this beautiful picanha here, let's try this right here. So this is some yuca, some fried yuca. And then that is some lomo saltado sauce. So you want to slather with a little bit of the sauce and get all together on a nice, beautiful bite. If you're only used to having French fries, everybody, and nothing else, try some fried yuca. It's going to change your life. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest yuca fan, but when it comes to fried yuca,
Everything fries better.
always.
We're going to prove it to you right now. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God.
That sauce soaks into that yuca. You can taste the richness. This yuca fry has a nice crunch to it, but it really absorbs that sauce from the broth super well. Very delicious.
The sauce is on a whole nother level, everybody. And unlike fries, these are nice and thick. And like you said, it complements perfectly with the yuca.
For as thick as these yuca fries are, they're actually very light. It's not heavy, like it's not gonna sit heavy. You can probably eat this whole plate and be fine.
Damn.
Well, if you leave it to me, I'll eat it.
Unlike the traditional lomo saltado, this one is nice and small, but it's kind of like a sauce, you know? It just pairs up perfectly. It looks like a very humble dish, but when you taste it, everybody, it's phenomenal. But that is good. We need to move on to this. Because this is what's all about. I've never done anything like it. Please grab your slice. Almost looks like roast beef, yeah?
Yeah.
Smells phenomenal. I mean, I have no doubts, everybody, that this is going to be delicious just by the looks itself. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's give it a go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, man. Done in an oven? In an oven, everybody? Are you kidding me?
Super peppery flavor that just makes my tongue dance right now with the pepperiness really does something to your tongue. It scintillates your tongue, leaving a nice, wonderful flavor. And I thought this was gonna be a little bit dry, but not at all.
Oh, not at all.
This is
So juicy.
super juicy, yeah.
That is phenomenal. What do you think, 2K?
I'm not gonna use big words like scintillates, like Leo. I'm just gonna say it's good. For as a thin cut as it is, it's so tender, obviously, but it's still so juicy. The peppery flavor does add more to it. 100% put this on a sandwich.
The other good thing is that the fat rendered very nicely on
Yeah.
it, so it's not too chewy or anything like that. It's perfect.
I want to see what happened to the potato. Please dig in with a potato.
This is our second side dish.
So what, true. Give me your honest opinion on this one here. Let's see. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it's super crispy. Tastes like picanha fat, everybody.
Can we make potatoes like this all the time?
Wow, super crispy and crunchy.
So that's like an extra unhealthy potato, huh?
No, a little bit. So what do you guys think? The picanha worked well or what?
100%.
Highly recommend giving it a try, everybody. It's not the traditional way of cooking a picanha, but it is a delicious way of cooking it. And it will be 100 times better than any roast beef you ever did in your life. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.